Hey, my Virgos, welcome back. So glad you made it. Heather here with Woke.Ones.Revolution to drop you all the business on what's going on this September. Yes, it is eclipse season. It is that time of year again. We usually have it about every 6 months or so, and yep, it's creeping back up on us. Actually, pretty darn soon. So I wanted to come on and you know, uh, drop some content for you and give you a heads up and let you guys know where you're going to be experiencing this at in your lives. And hopefully, you have your birth chart or know your birth chart to be able to pull it up and see where these eclipses are happening. We're having two of them. And we will cover that. I will also jump into the tarot and read a few oracle cards. Yes, I will switch it over to video so that you can see the cards as I go through those. Really quick, I will go through some quick little reminders. If you like this content, please do hit that like button for us. Make sure that you're subscribed and drop us a little heart or comment in the comment section. That would be beautiful. Miriam and I are planning on recording later on today for the Pisces lunar eclipse that we're going to talk about today. So you will have more content for that. We are still accepting personal readings. Currently, our calendars are open for the month of September. On how to do that, literally the link's just in our description of the channel and the description of this video. We are still doing the tag team pairing to where you can book a reading, whether it's astrology or tarot. You can get some time with Miriam and I together reading for you. And so double the fun. But yeah, also the Patreon channel for Woke.Ones.Revolution is up. I'm uploading content as I can, and we're going to be gradually migrating Miriam's patrons from Point Your Compass over to Woke.Ones.Revolution Patreon channel. That's where we're going to have the extended readings available for purchase or we have two different options on the tiers. Definitely recommend you check that out. But we're going to do a gradual migration because she's been at this for a long time, and for her health matters, we need to tone down the amount of tarot that she's doing. That's kind of a decision that she's made, and she said, tentatively December to have everything migrated, but we're going to start pushing it now to be getting moved over. And don't worry, you will have content that it's not available on YouTube. So anyways, enough of the that kind of stuff. We're going to move forward with the actual forecast for my Virgo suns and my Virgo risings. For my Virgo risings, this is happening we have a Pisces lunar full moon eclipse happening on the 7th at 15 degrees Pisces. Then on the 21st of the month, there's going to be a Virgo solar eclipse. It's going to occur at 29 degrees of Virgo. So two totally different themes with these. The Pisces lunar eclipse is going to help reveal some things that are really just kind of played out. You're going to have some endings, some realizations, and they're not going to be avoidable. They're unavoidable. So you're going to see some doors closing, some endings, and you know what? It's probably all for the best. It's basically helping purge out some things that have been draining and distracting you from keeping you on track. And now the Virgo solar eclipse, that one is going to shine some light on some new pathways. And it's going to demand focus and discipline, but it is going to ultimately align you with your purpose. So excited for you on that. The eclipse is happening, the Pisces eclipse is happening and activating your 7th house, okay? So 7th house is everything committed relationships. Actually, it's all kinds of relationships. It could be a relationship with your doctor. It could be a relationship with, a friend. It could be business partner partnerships. It's the house of contracts, but hey, it's also the house of open enemies. So it's overall relationships, and you're probably going to be having a really big awakening, and just and or blurred out where boundaries have been blurred for you, and draining you, like you're taking on way too much, giving way too selflessly, and it's just draining you. And some of those draining dynamics are going to dissolve, and that's a good thing, right? It's always good to see some positive transitions. Now, I was looking at the Sabian symbol for the lunar eclipse, and the Pisces lunar eclipse, remember we round up 1 degree. I like to look at Dane Rujar and James Burgess, but Dane Rujar quotes this degree as, in the quiet of his study, a creative individual experiences a flow of inspiration. Whereas James Burgess says, of inspiration, finding grace and stillness, connecting the here and now with the eternal, right? So that's that whole Pisces Virgo axis. And that I like that it touches base on both sides of where these eclipses are happening, because and if you don't know about eclipses, eclipses are when you have basically a new moon or a full moon that occur on the nodes of fate, the north node and the south node. Please refer back to my prior video about this, that does talk about that north node, south node transition, and what it means. So definitely go back and check that out. But yeah, this Pisces lunar eclipse is happening on the north node in your 7th house. So it's not necessarily going to be comfortable, but it's definitely fated, and going to help lighten a load for you. Now, I know I kind of jumped backwards, but I do want to jump forward into the Chandra degree, because that's one of the inside degrees by Elias Lonsdale, cited Pisces 16 as a peaceful child on a narrow ledge that overlooks a precipice. Fate has the set pattern. Or fate has set the pattern, my bad. You are held fast by fate, yet inwardly, you're so deeply and fundamentally free. The inner life is boundlessly rich, and the outer life is starkly poor. But you live within. Make good on the past. Cleanse and open, and know that nothing is as it seems, and form is only tissue thin. I mean, you plug all that together, and basically, like I said, like you may have realized that the individual versus partnership dynamic is feeling extra faded right now. But you do have the freedom to choose peace. Now, the eclipse is going to show you where self-sacrifice has drained you, and quiet withdrawal from toxic dynamics are going to make space for those contacts and partnerships and business partnerships, and it's going to help align it, with mutual inspiration. So that's, although like I said, it may not necessarily be comfortable or easy, the North Node usually is not. It is the one that pays off in the end. Now we're going to hop forward and talk about the Virgo solar eclipse, because that one happening on the 21st is happening on the South Node. The South Node is, where we come from in a past life, like what the things that we're comfortable with because we're used to it, we're good at it. The North Node is where we're headed, what we need to, the lessons that we need to learn in this life and what we need to ascend to. Whereas the South Node is kind of like the things that we need to let go. I'm not going to press too much into that. I do hope you go back and check out that Nodes of Fate video that I did a while back, it's probably about 6 months ago now. Yeah. But this one's all about you because it's going to be happening in your first house. And at 29 degrees, I mean, that's pretty damn important. It's the energetic degree, which makes it extra, like it's going to pack a punch. And when it's extra, like this, eclipses are fated to begin with, but the 29 degree is the final degree of the signs. And so that's something that's wrapping up something that's and starting new beginnings, um you know at a precipice. So the the solar eclipse happening on September 21st in your first house is all about you, your identity, your body, your the way you present yourself to the world. You're going to be going through a rebirth of personal expression and self-image. If you've been, I know this is a little particular, but let's say you've been doing and doing and working and you're not taking care, like let's say you need to get a new wardrobe or something. I know that's a pretty Venusian theme, but it's you, it's how you appear to the world. So maybe you go and get yourself some new outfits, a haircut, get your appearance up. That's something that I'm sure would probably go on with a lot of Virgos here. And let's see here. I'm going to jump forward into the Sabian symbol on this. And like I said, Miriam and I are going to come back and elaborate on these. I just wanted to give you guys a little quick hit videos to get your fix, So Dane Rujar cites 30, because we round up, 30 Virgo as totally intent upon completing an immediate task. A man is deaf to any allurement. Nice. The James Burgess interpretation is a false call unheard. So penetrative concentration of attention, having journeyed so far and wide to find the gate to the secret garden, we must strike boldly and not be distracted by anything in any realm. In quotes, rejecting the false through unusual power of concentration. Pretty awesome. So, this eclipse is going to basically have you hyper focused on your next. The Sabian symbol, the Chandra symbol by Elias Lonsdale. So it's a wordy, so bear with me. Virgo 30, super sensible beings manifesting through geometric forms. Sacred geometry inscribes the pattern of the world going through its great shifts, its quantum leaps. If you learn to stand back and be within the greater archetypal motions, you'll find yourself being placed in a perfect strategic positions and exquisitely rightful initiations and assignments. The transparency of things is superlative to behold. You are called to serve to the highest, to respect and honor all manifestations, to be there for everybody, interior steadfast and inculpability, knowing the law, knowing the code, the way. Magnificent and applying vaster awareness to life's particular detailed variations on the theme of how everything fits together perfectly and is woven by divine design. The fine-tuned sensibility of the master craftsman, particularly adept in staying modest, unadorned, and straight on. It is the exemplar of the way it is done when you know who you are and how things around here, and how things are around here. And when you see it coming through in every jewel detail with little lost in translation. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's like top tier Virgo, extra focused. But it's that laser focus, the precision for that streamline methodology and getting stuff done. But, for Virgo rising, this is going to mean stripping away those false identities. A new chapter in how you present yourself is going to begin. And it's going to be deafeningly clear, that discipline, clear mindset, it is going to help you align with your truest self in your relationships, and how you identify in those relationships. So if that's setting boundaries, and that's exactly what it sounds like to me, is like setting boundaries on what you will and will not allow to take you off track, regardless of what anybody else thinks. That's something Virgo has a hard time letting go of. And it's definitely time. I'm gonna switch over to the video so that we can do some cards, baby. Let's see, there we go, get that off of there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing these recordings with Miriam, because we're going to go into some really deep detail about all the things. And it's some really neat stuff that we were finding. So keep an eye out for that. If it's not uploaded tonight, it will be tomorrow. We plan to have it out by the eclipse. So again, the 7th and the 21st are those dates to look out for. All right, what messages does Spirit have for my Virgo sun, moon, and risings? And I will say it like that because, the moon sign is emotions. The rising sign is the most important, I think, when it comes to listening to these monthly general horoscopes, because it tells you, how it affects you personally. The sun is more like how it affects your career path, your mainly career, how you're seen in the world, how you shine your light. But the rising is the most important. I listen to the moon simply because I was born at night, so the moon is something that's really important on my chart. I felt that one. It popped out earlier too when I was meditating on you. So Virgo for this eclipse season, what does Virgo need to know? I had one pop, let's see what that is, and another. Oh, so we had the 7 of Swords come out first. I know you saw that. And then, so we've got the Tower card, which is an Aquarius card. A sudden strike of lightning, something major happening, unexpected. The 7 of Swords in reverse did come out. So it very well, something that was taken from you is suddenly going to be like, yo, I'm moving forward. I can't stay stagnant like this. With that 6 of Swords, the underside of the deck is, look, the 10 of Pentacles. If we're going to get to that and be this, if my relationships are going to go smooth and we're going to, have a end goal that everybody's happy, and fulfilled and most profitable, then, we've got to make these changes. So I like those cards for you. Let me go ahead and get a couple more for Virgo, please. Well, you gave me 3. First up, 6 of Pentacles. Definitely talking about generosity. You see the equilibrium with the smoky 8 around the backside, and that motion of receptivity, giving and receiving, equal balance, accolades. I always see that card as non-judgmental when it's in the upright like that too. And look, another 6 of Wands, victorious, freedom, freedom. Saw that Braveheart, right? Standing up and taking credit where credit is due. And just an underside that kind of clarified that 6 of Wands was a Seven of Cups in reverse, not looking. You know what you want. Now, with that Neptunian vibe and having two sevens in reverse, moving to, and then we've got three sixes, that's unique. So maybe look up angel number 77666 if that's a thing. But the fact that they're going from sevens in reverse to the sixes in the upright, that is like it's almost like stand your ground. You know the path that you've been on and how much has been taken from you. This is like a big boundary card right here. And, it may come as a sudden, I'm not even going to skirt around this. It may come as a sudden burst of, I can't take this shit anymore, and it may just all come out and say, look, I've been feeling this way. This has got to change. If you're dealing with a business partner and you both have a common goal but you're not quite getting there, definitely got to work on adapting, letting go of some of the old ways, be open. With this Tower card and the Eclipse energy, you've got to be open to unexpected changes. Expect the unexpected. And, that six is the Virgo house to me. So the six of all these sixes coming out talks about, the work that you plan, the work as a Virgo that you do, the service that you give, and needing to see that people value you and all of your efforts. The underside of the Six of Wands was the Wheel of Fortune. I freaking love that for my Virgos. Beautiful. I don't even know that I need any clarifiers on this. I'm going to keep it short and sweet with the actual tarot, because what's up next is we're breaking out some oracle cards. And I'm going to do one from the Sacred Rebels oracle deck, which, awesomely enough, was my first ever tarot deck. The only thing I don't dig about it is its slick gloss. I don't know if they've made a matte since, but it definitely is a beautiful deck and talks very well. And I want to have my Virgos open up. Please tell me about what messages my Virgo needs to know for September 2025 eclipse season, please. Okay, what messages? I've got goosebumps all over, so it's time to go. Look at me Virgoing up here. It's definitely important that you guys, my Virgos, letting go of the need to control the outcome, letting go of control. Surrender a bit. You got to latch a little bit to that North Node in Pisces, which talks about surrender and your spirituality. I mean, your soul knows. You know already. And the themes that are going on right now, this full moon eclipse may not be much of a surprise, but I do expect that, it's kind of going to be make a change or I'm out kind of energy. So, all right. Are we going to talk for Virgo, please? Virgo, September 25. I'm not taking two. I filled the one on my thumb, so that's what I'm taking. All right. Underside of the deck is Heaven Sent. And number 33. And then, yes, Virgo. Yes. Inner trust. Inner trust, my Virgos. Have it. These are usually pretty wordy. That was a number 2. Luckily, at the beginning of the book. I find that these messages always really resonate with the tarot readings when I do them. So here we go. It's not that bad. Though it may be the inner trust, though it may be cloaked and hidden within you, lies natural magnificence, vibrancy, and true uniqueness. The harder this is for you to believe, the more you grow, or the more, I'm just all over my words today. Sorry, Virgo. The harder this is for you to believe, the more growth this oracle is offering you now. Your opportunity for growth lies in letting go of the need to hide yourself from the world and to let go of any doubt about the wonder of what lies within you. That is pretty Pisces, that's really what hides within. We can sometimes overperfect ourselves into stagnation. That wasn't the oracle, but I just added to it. So this oracle brings you the message that it's time for you to trust yourself and let the real inner you out from behind the veil. You're being assured that you can trust your intuition and your own sense of things. Sometimes what you sense will be love, and you will open your heart and move easily towards the source of that love, be it in the form of another person, a new career path, a project you care deeply about and want to pursue, or a spiritual or creative practice that you are keen to explore. Sometimes what you sense will be more challenging than this and will ask something different of you. It might be that you sense fear and sabotage lurking within someone's intentions or in the situations around you. That whole seventh house open enemies thing, huh? Right? This oracle asks you to trust yourself to find the most authentic and self-loving way to deal with that. Perhaps you have drawn this card because you are unnecessarily holding yourself back out of fear or lack of belief in your ability to support and care for yourself, or the importance of your need for self-expression in your relationships. On point. This oracle of inner trust comes to you with this guidance. You know what you're doing. You have enough wisdom and intuition to be able to place yourself more fully in the world, to take steps to unhide yourself. Even if you feel you have no clue about what's happening at a broader level, even if you can't quite see the whole picture of what is taking place within or around you, you still have all the wisdom and intuitive ability that you need to take one step at a time and navigate your way through through absolutely anything that life brings to your door. If you have been thinking of taking a leap of faith and doing things differently, whether in your personal life or your creative work, then this oracle brings a particular message to trust your instincts and go for it. This oracle comes at a time when the patterns of your life are shifting. That's very true. You can take advantage of this shift and leap into an entirely new level of consciousness and experience. This is not a time for self-doubt or for playing small. It's a time to get in touch with the courage, boldness, and daredevil within and take the steps, big or small, into the future that's beckoning you forward. You have the wings to fly. Sometimes we don't realize it until we actually take that leap over the edge of what we've known and what we begin to soar, and begin to soar into a new life. Like, that is so on point. I mean, that inner trust, and even talked about stepping to the ledge, which I think was in one of the inside degrees for this Pisces eclipse. Now on to my next favorite, which is my Shaman's Dream Oracle. Let's see what messages Spirit has for Virgo for this September eclipse season, please. Messages for Virgo. Woo! That was it. Just got the goosebumps. All right, here we go. Virgo, please. What advice for Virgo? Just one? No way. How much more freaking Virgo can you get than that? Stereotypical, a tidy house. Clarity and organization, card number one. You weren't waiting, were you? Oh my goodness, Virgo, tidy house. All right, underside of the deck is Well Song, number 61, which is also another 7 in numerology. Well Song resonating. That's pretty, 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 pretty. All right, I'm gonna put that a little closer up so you can see it. It's prettier. I don't know that that even helped, but let's set it right here to where you can kind of glance at it maybe. All right, tidy house. That's card number 1, not wanting me to have to dig too far. This is like my 3rd or 4th attempt at trying to do this today. So just know that I am here for y'all. I am here for you all, and I'm not leaving until we're done. So here we go, a tidy house. Clarity and organization, a thorough inventory, an auspicious symbol. If your emotional world feels messy and unruly and you can't seem to get clear, it's time to see how your environment is affecting you. Although your inner world has a huge impact on what shows up in your outer world, the reverse is also true. You can be influenced by the people who populate your daily life and the energy of objects that you surround yourself with, basically everything in your surroundings. Now it's the time for an inventory and a full clearing of your environment. Ask for clarity from your relationships and do not make assumptions at this time. Clear and unambiguous communication is key. You may choose to let go of some people from your life when this shows up. It's a good thing. Otherwise, you might stay in these relationships too long out of a sense of obligation and social courtesy, when in truth, there is nothing holding you together. Be impeccable with your words, say what you mean, and be willing to make whatever changes are necessary to clean up your side of the street. If you know you are doing the right thing, it doesn't matter who has an opinion. That said, right now, once you are sure your proverbial house is a tidy one, there is a release of energy to begin new things, to enjoy life, and to know with certainty that you're on the right path. That's beautiful. I love the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Definitely, definitely fitting. I told you so. Like, my decks really work with me. So, Virgo, exciting times. And I know it's scary. Change is scary, but you guys know, as Virgos, you know how to adapt. You know how to bob and weave. And it's just, you don't overtax yourself. Don't get anxious about it. You know, if you got to get into some kind of ritual or something just to help you be able to release the stress, giving yourself a little alone time. You once this time comes and you clear it out, just as that oracle said, you know, you have that tidy house metaphorically, you know, realistically, that's what you're going to draw to you is what you need. So, again, wish you guys the best through this eclipse season. I got more work to do, so I'm out. Till next time, keep shining your light. Love you, bye.